Welcome, Cephus, to BetterTech. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. The topic that we have for today is the future of video streaming platforms. And before we get into that, let's start off with your introduction and what you do so that our audience is well acquainted.
Perfect. Thanks for having me. My name is Cephus Ndubueze. I'm the CEO and founder of Newcon. Newcon is a video SaaS platform that enables content creators, specific business content creators such as corporates, startups, VC, but mainly conferences, to host their content, to monetize the content directly, and to build communities around the existing content. So you could also imagine it's like kind of if we would create YouTube anew, but for companies, for businesses.
Okay. So, Cephus, since you're a CEO of such a video streaming platform, what are some of the benefits of choosing such a hosting platform? And how, from a business point of view, how do you know that this platform is right for you?
I think first you need to decide, do you want to create a platform or have your content available afterwards? So what is your goal that is set up for your own event, for your own video content? Is this brand visibility? Is this monetization? Is this education for my employees? And therefore, there's always a reason to have the content accessible afterwards. The question is now, should be internal, using maybe a Dropbox folder or Google Drive, where you just host your content for internal use.
Okay.
This is brand visibility, utilizing YouTube where you have a lot of audiences. Or should you create your own platform where you can own the user experience regarding that?
Right. And what are some of the technical considerations that people should be aware of?
The different kind of platforms are providing a great backend regarding that. So YouTube, you also have Vimeo, MOOCs that taking care of all the issues, all kind of the problems regarding that. If you're very kind of low regarding your technical skill set, it makes totally sense to use Vimeo. They're providing amazing features regarding hosting your video. However, they don't provide a place where you can get brand visibility, distribution. It's difficult to monetize your content. In comparison, you could also use MOOC, which provides kind of great video technical skill set if you have the technical resources in-house to embed the video content on your own platform, on your own website, where you can really own the user experience and generate data insights regarding that.
Right. So you started Newcon at the start of the year in the midst of the pandemic. So you can share some firsthand experience on how the pandemic has changed the video hosting market and what are the changing dynamics of content distribution through video streaming?
Yeah, great to do so. The pandemic was a huge accelerator, how we like to phrase it. So every conference, every event that was physically decided or needed to become digital or as a hybrid mode. So therefore, every company had suddenly so much video content that they recorded. The question was now like, what should we do with the video content? And as many know, there's only one big platform where you can upload the content and have wider audiences, and that's YouTube. But for many businesses, it's not very suitable. If you're at a conference and you charge for a ticket price 1,000 euro.
Why is that? Why is it not suitable?
Yeah, for example, like it's YouTube. If you upload it once on YouTube, you don't really own the content anymore. So you can't monetize the content properly. So as kind of example, if you have a conference, you charge 1,000 euro for a ticket price, and you just then upload your content afterwards on YouTube. It's for free for everyone, which is not where many of you past attendees wouldn't be very happy regarding that. And you further want to monetize this content or want to make this content only exclusive, accessible to the people that bought a ticket. Of course, you can do at YouTube unlisted, but many people can just share the link and other people can watch it. So it's not very secure. You don't own the audiences. It's not very secure, and you don't own the user experience. So you watch YouTube, you get some different kind of ads afterwards. And that's nothing what you want from a business point of view, specific if you paid like a lot of high price for a ticket to visit that event. So therefore, for this kind of event type or for this kind of content, especially regarding knowledge, business, educational content, YouTube is not very suitable.
And if we talk about like coming out of the pandemic, which companies or what mediums do you think will be on top as we near the end of the pandemic, hopefully soon, regarding video streaming market transformations?
So provide a bit more context regarding that. So what a big trend that we're seeing, of course, we have increasing video consumption. Like today, persons watching like 100 minutes a day video content. The second big trend that we see is a shift regarding video creation. More and more users, but more and more people, but mainly more and more businesses are creating video content to the tools that we have in place. TikTok, Hopin, Zoom, Twitch, which not only increase the quality of video content, the quantity of video content, but also the quality. And the last thing that we see is kind of a shift from ad-based business models, like making money through ads, such as YouTube, to a transactional business model. We see it with Vimeo providing on OTT, enabling subscription. We see it on Patreon, enable musicians or creators to monetize their video content directly. We see it now in other mediums, such as podcasts and writing. The people are willing to pay for high quality content, such as video content. So that's a shift that we're saying, because we have much more content available. We're willing to pay for the good content to reduce the time that we need to spend to looking for that.
So going forward, Cephus, will people be owning the content, or will they only be subscribing to these video services? So how do you think they'll be getting value out of it?
From my point of view, we will see different kind of aspects, and it will be shift hopefully moving into owning the content. At YouTube, you can watch it, you can subscribe, and you're part of a membership, you're part of the community, and you have a clear, strong connection to the video creator. Moving into an NFT Web3, we will provide capabilities to really own the content itself, where you have maybe also the right to share the content, and you can showcase, I'm the original owner. So that's definitely the future. There are many companies that are already providing the right tools for the creators to enable creators, audiences to own their content and freely monetize this content in a better way.
Okay, so if we talk about different markets and different regions that these video streaming platforms cater to, so we see that a great number of the streaming media platforms in the Southeast Asian region demonstrate the feature of flexibility in terms of online distribution. However, what trends and challenges will these platforms encounter?
I think the difficulty is always like, as a company, what are you? Are you a distributor? Are you a platform? Are you more like a SaaS tool? And every company or every CEO needs to decide, where do I want to position myself in this kind of value chain? You manage to be kind of a very clear platform, a go-to place to watch content. Vimeo, however, decided to go the other way around. They say, hey, we are more like a SaaS tool. We provide you the best tools to make your content accessible on other mediums, such as YouTube or on your website or on LinkedIn. You have other players that say, hey, we are kind of innovation for live events. So we're doing this and not nothing regarding the post event. So it's really difficult and very important to decide, where do I want to put myself in this kind of value chain? And is it able, does it make sense to capture the whole value chain? But it's very important, especially in these days, to be flexible. We have more and more creators that have different kind of, or content creators, different kind of use cases. And so this makes sense. Yes.
Speaking of that flexibility, we see that these video streaming platforms are, pushing out more and more diverse content. So what are the significant shifts that will these platforms face if we look at the region's media marketplace and the cultural consumption?
I think a shift, like, where do you want to focus on? Which area of the value chain, but also is there a specific niche that I want to focus on? I think Twitch is a great example. Showcase, hey, we are focusing on gaming and provided a great user experience on the gaming from a creator perspective, but also from user perspective. Oh, now they kind of own this. People are not going anymore many people are not going anymore to YouTube to consume this content, but to Twitch. And we see other companies that are focusing on, let's say, African media and focus, hey, that's my niche. That's a place where to go to. Netflix is also a great example, focusing on cinema content. And we see it with documentaries. We see it with focusing on science content. So we will see different kind of media companies that will own specific niche, because everyone has different kind of use case and different kind of needs. Companies need to focus on the specific needs, provide the best examples or the best user experience for this kind of focus group.
Okay. And then what other challenges have the creator economy faced? Is there something that, like the video streaming platforms like received a blow amidst the pandemic, or before that, perhaps challenges that content creators also face?
From my point of view, the pandemic was a huge accelerator and beneficial for many creators, especially in regards to video, audio, text. Many had the chance to stay at home and had the chance to work in their spare time on their own content, and therefore providing more, but also high quality of content. You have more people time to consume your content. But the question is always like, can a creator, a business, or an individual make enough money with that? Often, especially for great content, you need to invest time and resource beforehand. And can we create a platform where or a place where the platform owner is not capturing too much, and where the creator is really in a way to capture enough value to live from it, and not only the top 0.1%, but everyone involved in the ecosystem, because everyone who is uploading something on Vimeo, on Newcon, should get value out of it, because everyone is pushing the platform upwards.
Right. So we know that YouTube and Vimeo are the largest video hosting platforms, but it might not be the best choice for every business, like you've explained. So what do you think are the current lackings that these businesses should look into?
Again, like, what's the goal of many companies or many businesses to achieve? One is brand visibility. The second is audience ownership. I want to know my audience. I want to own them. It should be on my side. The third is like direct monetization. I want to decide how I want to monetize my content. Should be ads, should be direct payment, should it be sponsor integration, should it be email list. And the last thing is building a community around this. And because of the large scalability of Vimeo, YouTube, they are in such a power position that they don't need to provide this value add to these creators. So what Newcon decided on focusing on is we provide all these tools at one place, not only distribution, but direct monetization, direct building audiences around their content and building communities around that. And therefore, that's definitely the direction where these companies could go to. But YouTube just did last year, could do $7 billion revenue just from ads alone. So they're trying different kind of aspects regarding direct payment and subscription. But as a large organization, if one thing works very, very well, there's no really need to move the needle. And it's monthly or directly payment and ad business model are contrary to each other. So you want as much eyeballs as possible on your platform. If you put a paywall on top of it to better let you more creators monetize your content, it doesn't work very well. So yeah.
So, Cephus, you've mentioned that, having a clear idea of what your goal is, what you want to achieve is the first thing that businesses should do. So as a CEO of a startup yourself, so what's the second thing that any person in your position should look into when, wanting to expand or grow their video streaming platform? What's the best strategy that they can follow?
So I was going back into platform marketplace. So what is my focus group? Is this the creator who providing the content, or is this the user? Who do I want to focusing on? Spotify and Apple are great examples. Spotify decided more and more to focus more on the creators, enabling musicians, podcasters to better monetize their content, but providing different kind of tools that they are in the front row. Apple is moving another way. They have so many other products, so they are focusing on the user. So as a user, maybe you don't want to get an everyone an email. You don't want to provide anyone your credit card. You want to do it once, and Apple is taking care of everything else. It's just a great user experience for the user, but not very suitable for the creator, because he wants to understand and he wants to own the audience behind it. So as a video host platform, is very essential to understand who is my primary stakeholder. Is the creator, the content provider, or is the user? And therefore then decide on where should I build my features on which side. Twitch did this as well. Started on a use case, on the users, but early on shifted, we need to provide the best user experience for the streamer. So they are staying on the platform, that they are providing on the content and bringing their own audience to the platform. So that's very important for every video hosting platform to decide on early on.
What opportunities do these platforms have for the startup industry and other video streaming platforms?
Collaboration. There's so many other tools that improving the quality of video content, that providing different kind of tools on top of video content. So video content is also audio. Audio is also text. Working with other startups together, working with other companies together to provide a full experience. Every user should be able to decide, should I watch it? Should I listen to it? Or should I read it? All the different kind of tools should be in place. And also really bringing light, from my point of view, on a content creator. We have so many amazing content creators because they're uploading the content, but we don't know who's behind it. Building a very honest and clear partnership with the content creators is also very important.
Right. So that's it for our time today. Thank you, Cephus, for joining us on BetterTech.
Thank you very much for having me.